So a quick one for you, Mr. John Quick, as you've asked. Yonder Stompy Stomp there has one DSP, whereas the big Helix has two. So you can get that. To drive it without using any kind of MIDI device like this thing up till now, which you can do wirelessly, or what you will more commonly see would be this one. It is a little limiting, let's put it that way. If you're messing around and just doing stuff, it's cool. If it's a part of a much bigger board, it's cool. But you should think of it as having the power to run, I don't know, 2 amps. It's kind of going to do absolutely everything that the big Helix will do. What it can't do is run 2 DSPs worth of stuff. So but you can do amazing things with it, and it's more than enough. And that currently is just the stomp. And I've got it running an IR with like an amp IR in it. You've got 6 blocks basically, and as soon as 3 comes out, you'll get up to 8 blocks, but you're still limited to 1 DSP's worth of stuff. So you can run everything that you could possibly need for anything basic, just that. But that's where the starting point goes. It's, if you had other pedals, you can stick them in. So you could do drives and let this thing just do amps and reverbs, modulation. If you had no sort of modulation, it's a switching powerhouse. You can do parallel routing, you can do all kinds of crazy stuff with it. And you can connect up other really cool stuff. And do recordings, and as you can see. So super powerhouse, you can get that and that'll go. And everything that's on there is directly compatible with the big boy. Now here's the difference with the big boy. Let's see if we can do this without knocking everything over. The big boy Helix is a completely different beast. I started with an LT which doesn't have all these little scribble strips and stuff. You can run quite a few amps. Your differences are you've got split volumes with phones and stuff, so you can do all kinds of crazy stuff. You've got microphones that you can plug in the back that will provide power in your 48 volts, so a singer can go through that. You can hook up 2 or 3 guitars through it. You've got 4 inputs, 4 outputs. If you're thinking seriously, I'm never going to need any of that, just look at me. The differences are subtle. You can get away with an LT doing a whole bunch of stuff. Double the power, you'll be fine for any updates coming. But it's got to be said, you get presented with a wealth of information. And if you want one thing that's going to do everything you could possibly want, then go for the big boy. For me, it was a no-brainer. I had this Variax, and the Variax can switch models on you. Baritone guitar. You got it. So there's no real place where you should waltz into this thing. The way I did was basically I had a Variax that led to a Helix. The Helix led to a little stomp because I can take the stomp anywhere, and the biggest problem I had was time. So that can slip off the board, come with me, I can work on all my stuff wherever I am, anywhere in the world, no problem. When I get back, all that work can get transferred over here, and you can spread out. It's like a big comfy couch, you know. So it really depends what you want. Both of them can go into PA systems. Both of them can work with traditional amps if you like your traditional amps. Or you can leave it at home. You can do just about anything. So if the decision is for you, you know, LT or floor, I would say go for a floor every time. I've been through this and it's the way to go. If you need to be mobile, get a stomp. There are limitations to it, but you can gig with it. Absolutely. I would still say you definitely want some sort of external doodad just for driving all the other stuff. Like if you want to do looping or stuff like that, it's kind of better if you have some sort of MIDI controller, and that's easy stuff. We have a group for that. Decide one or the other. There's no wrong way, but definitely the floor, there's no comparison. You know, even just with the LT, having the extra strips may not seem like a big thing, but it's a massive thing. It really is. And just this display up the top here, you can see that with your expression. The rest is completely livable. It's the most workable system you can imagine, and kind of future-proof, because you can think of this big massive thing as one super cool MIDI controller, and this will be the glue that sticks together whatever component comes up at whatever time. So I hope that helps, man. Powerful stuff. You can't really go wrong with either one of them. Definitely something I would recommend. Check you later.